Hi everyone, I am Akshay and welcome to my channel Gacha Gaming. So we are nearly 3 minutes away from the release of, not I can say release, but for the live stream of Genshin Impact version 5.2. Yep, it will premiere at 5:30 and we are currently at 5:27. In nearly 3 minutes, we will get to see the live stream of the version 5.2. Many of us are speculating what can we expect to get this time, but if we take into consideration what happened, I think this time also we might not be able to see the voice actors because the English voice actor strike is already going on, and in this live stream we expect to get information regarding the final act or act 5 of the Natlan story quest. That is, startingly the name was the Ode to Resurrection. So we will have to see what does it have in store for us and what can we expect to see more. But yeah, that's all currently the information that we have. Let's hope we get to see and what all do we get in the version 5.2 live stream. We will also be getting the promo codes that will only be available for a day or so. So I will also post them so that you can guys also get 300 primogems that we get from the live stream. And it's nearly 60 seconds or just a minute away from the 5.2 live stream. Whew, we are so excited, and as soon as it starts we get the trailer, which is one of the most amazing things in the Genshin Impact trailers is that trailers. So let me check if everything is alright. We are getting the audio output device as the headphones, the audio input device as in the mic or my microphone. The microphone is also active. Video capture device, chat box, everything is okay, up and running. So yep, let's just wait for the 5.2 live stream to start. They should have provided something of trailer of sorts before they could start it, but yeah, let's see. Generally, initially they used to start with 30 minutes before they start on Twitch, and later on they begin on YouTube. But I think from last two times they are showing directly on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So this time let's see what do we get on YouTube itself. Because on Twitch, I think we got the English VAs, and this time we are getting different. For Japanese, we will get the characters, whereas for English, we will only get the stand-in voice artists that we go. Certainly the guild members. So yes, we will have to see what do we get this time. Namaskar, beta. The sound, the background music is already very intriguing. We will have to see what can we get. Namaskar, Flynn. So what are you expecting from Natlan's 5.2 live stream trailer? What are your expectations from it? It's happening.
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
So Archon's still managing to sow discord, even after all these years.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator.
Oh, she is literally riding a machine gun.
I'll bet the easiest person to find is...
His spirit has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
I just want to rescue someone, and Granny won't let me.
"500 years later, mystery surfaced again.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City.
As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to help. Be free!
Take me up!
Damn.
Time to say hello.
Knock him down.
It's either your end or mine!
Before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
Tapestry of Spirit and Flame. Well, I think most of the content that we saw was actually related to the, you can say, I'm sorry, the music is so distracting. So I think the most of the content we saw was related to Chasca's and Ororon's story quest. I think Chasca's Tribal Chronicles will be sort of a combined story quest for Ororon and Chasca. As we both know, Ororon is 4-star, whereas Chasca is getting released as a 5-star. So this can be a combined unit for both. And similarly, we got to see a few
Hey
things
travelers,
about
welcome
Natlan.
to the Genshin
So I think
Impact
that will be
version
that.
5.2 special program. I'm Gabe from the Loke team.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a Cuckoosaur. Want to join us?
Hey, don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
They always
She approves of your compliment.
show
Hey, I didn't know you could speak Saurian.
the Natlan Saurians
Oh,
as
I
so
can't.
cute thing.
But I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Whoa, are all Cuckoosaurs as friendly as this one?
Adult cuckoosaurs are usually very proud creatures, but there are always exceptions.
Well, since our Cuckoosaur friend kicked things off for us, I know just the place to start. The Flower Feather Clan.
All right, let's do it.
Flower
Cuckoosaurs
feather
live
clan.
among the Flower Feather Clan, which is suspended high above the mountains. This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their people can command the power of the skies. It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the entire region of Natlan. As elite special
I don't
forces,
think we
their
have
job
seen
was to
this
detect
region
threats,
before, right?
disseminate intel, and quickly
Yep, we are
neutralize
getting a
any
new
dangers
region.
to the nation. Though the circumstances are different now, the tribe never forgot its origins. They still hold trials to assemble the fastest teams in the tribe. The trials
Ooh.
test a pilot's skill and teamwork with the Cuckoosaurs.
Oh, I'm
It looks
so
fun.
pumped about these
floating over a
Cuckoosaurs.
hot spring.
Yeah,
Hopefully
Cuckoosaurs
it's not so
are the
hot, right?
proudest out of all the Saurians. They know that they're the kings of the sky.
Okay.
Cuckoosaurs can consume phlogiston to climb
Ooh.
higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair. Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an
Wow.
accelerated glide state after a horizontal roll.
So we are
In
gonna be
addition,
literally
they can
flying.
even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Cuckoosaurs are really hard to tame.
Yeah, that's true. You need to prove yourself in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery skill during flight. That's the only way to become a true Cuckoosaur rider.
Wow, that's so strict.
Nice.
Yeah, tell me about it. But okay, now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather Clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in Natlan has a unique way of communicating with their Saurian companions. The members of the Flower Feather Clan use a special item to summon their Cuckoosaurs. What is that item?
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
Here's a hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I remember
horn.
now. Horn.
Ding ding ding!
Yep.
Cuckoosaurs live
Sound
far
making
from the
device.
tribe and from each other, so in order to summon them, the tribe's people use whistles and horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of Cuckoosaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chasca, the Flower Feather Clan's expert peacemaker, can help mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation is silencing both parties. Is that true?
Well, that's only in special cases. Most of the time, Chasca barely needs to intervene. Everyone knows what she's capable of, so
the design
people
of
usually
Chasca
find
is-
a way to set aside their differences when she shows
Even
up.
though design is, you can
so
say
she doesn't just
not
handle
that
conflicts
funky. I mean,
between
it's
humans
good,
and
it's good.
saurians.
But
She
the
keeps the
pose
peace
that they have
between
been giving
people,
her
too.
Exactly.
since the initial
Chasca was corrupted by a
the
abyssal
drip
power as a
marketing,
child, so she
it's
has a
just off-
strong compulsion to fight.
just off
but
the bat,
she knows how to
did
rein
not
it in.
need it to be
Right.
that hard.
I heard that she was abandoned as a baby. It seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
but
do know a bit of a
luckily for her,
backstory.
the Cuckoosaurs took her in and raised her as one of their own. In addition to
And
hunting
she
and
lost her
flying,
sister in
Chasca
that
gained a
fight.
lot of unique combat experience from her saurian childhood.
choo
When
choo.
Chasca is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While she's in the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca can ride and control her gun like a Cuckoosaur. The Soul
Whoa.
Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed
So
and
she can
resistance to
literally
interruption,
fly.
it also allows her to get a better angle on her enemies.
Wow,
Wow.
that mid-air perspective is so cool.
Literally,
it
she's
seems
really
so liberating.
flying, bro.
Yeah, and Chasca's fierce when she's in the zone.
Okay.
In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca's normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in this state
Oh.
will cause Chasca to enter a special aiming mode. This
Okay.
allows her to lock onto a set number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact. In addition, for
Oh.
every Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro character in your party, one of
Swallowable
Chasca's Shadow Hunt
element.
shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal the corresponding type of elemental damage.
Whoa, no
That's
way! So
so
Chasca
hard.
can directly deal other types of elemental
Yup.
damage based on the characters in her party. And since she's
That's
an
nice,
animal
man.
character, she can swirl them at the same time.
Yep,
That's
so
awesome.
Perfect for
Yeah, I
VD.
know, right? Her elemental burst has a similar function too. Chasca fires a gale-splitting Soulseeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then splits into 6 Soulseeker shells, which continue to attack nearby enemies. These shells can also undergo elemental conversions.
That's so cool.
I mean,
no wonder she's one of the strongest
seems so
warriors in
awesome,
her
man.
tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are formidable for sure,
Fitting
but
forward
we
and
should
forward
also
and forward.
shed some light on those who aren't as skilled.
Oh, are you talking about the wingless? That's what the tribe calls people who fail the flight trials, right? They're the challengers who fail to earn the recognition of a Cuckoosaur.
Exactly. But the name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves. But that assumption is challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare to
Tlalocan.
ask, what if you didn't need a Cuckoosaur to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with.
And I
Now,
think it's
whether that's the
going
right
to be
path
Chasca or
is for us to
someone else.
discover. Chasca will also be there to help us find the answer. So, be sure to check out Chasca's Tribal Chronicle if you're interested in what happens.
Is there anything
Okay.
else that you can tell us?
Ah, remember how I mentioned that Chasca was raised by Cuckoosaurs?
Yep.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Her Saurian mother will make an appearance in this
Oh.
quest. Even
That
though
will be
she's
awesome.
joined human society, Chasca still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
Oh, so Chasca still has a soft side, even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely. The Flower Feather clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude. All fires fuel the flame. The tribe is facing a crisis,
Interlude.
and they'll need the traveler's
Okay.
help to find a solution.
What kind of crisis?
Well, the Flowerfeather clan suffered the worst of the abyssal contamination during the battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people, it also damages the mind. Many members of the Flowerfeather clan are suffering from the mental repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid. Iansan will be there too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the Collective of Plenty, she's traveling around Natlan to help those in need.
The people of Natlan really value unity, don't they? No one fights alone.
Right.
That's one of my favorite things about Natlan. Oh, wait.
Capitano as well.
It looks like the captain will also be there.
Yes, the captain will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information if you pay close attention to what he has to say.
Though we haven't
The captain
seen
rarely
Capitano,
gives away too much information in his
too many
regular
times,
interactions.
but even for the time he has been
secrecy
available,
here
he
seems a
has
little peculiar.
tell us a
So
lot of
keep an eye
information
out.
regarding
But
the past
of course,
and what actually
restoring
happened in the
Natlan's
past,
fighting spirit
regarding
remains the top
Kandria
priority.
and the other dynasties.
After all, the war isn't over
So,
yet. The abyssal contamination is
if
still around,
we stay
and we
alongside
have a
him
very
during an
important
entire
battle
quest,
ahead. Natlan needs
are sure to
mental
get a lot of
fortitude more
information.
than ever before.
And
The
the
Flowerfeather
name
clan is
Interlude,
pretty close to
I
the
think
Masters
we are
of
not
the
going to
Nightwind,
get into
where the
final Archon quest.
Ictomosaurs live.
So
That tribe
we
could
get
be
into
another good place to
5.3,
recover from the
I think.
battle.
Oh yeah,
Because we didn't
let's
even see
check it out.
Mahuika in the trailer as well.
If you head west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Nightwind.
Okay.
The tribal settlement offers a unique glowing landscape at night. If you venture even further, then you might encounter the tribe's Wath Ictomosaur Elder or one of the many shamans who can
Design is
communicate
so
with spirits. I even
I mean, they
heard that
look
the witch
cute
doctors who
and
live there can
something
help
like they're
cleanse
so
your
royal
spirit.
and kill you in 1
Plus,
second
the
at the same
graffiti
time.
art is really incredible. In fact, there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers?
It kind of looks like the
It's kind of
design
tricky, right?
on
Well, don't
Ororon's
worry. The
face or
Ictomosaurs
tattoo,
can
I
help
think.
us out. Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom. They can use their unique sight to detect things that can't be seen through normal means.
Whoa, okay.
Right.
Fancy, man.
Ictomosaurs are especially skilled at detecting ley lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power from phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities.
That's
Doing
so
so allows
cool.
them to jump higher, move faster, or even obtain surprising rewards.
That's
Ictomosaurs
so
can
cool,
also
man. That's
extract
so cool.
information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh, I
Whoa.
bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
Yep.
Definitely, especially in Tribal Chronicles Mictlan, which will become available in version 5.2. The first 2 acts feature a lot of intriguing puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomosaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomosaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks like so much fun. Do we know anyone who can use that ability? Besides the new Saurian, I mean.
Ororon.
Yes, Ororon can do it too.
Whoa.
Like the Ictomosaurs, Ororon has the ability to rise into
Literally
the air.
looks like
He also
Superman,
has a
dude.
keen sense of perception. While charging an aimed shot, Ororon will enter the Spirit Speaker state, allowing him to extract power from
his
Natlan's
design is
graffiti and
so
runes.
cool.
Speaking
Gameplay
of
is so
Ororon,
amazing. Are you really
I
sure
was
he's gonna be
honestly
a
super
4-star
surprised
character?
by his personality. Before the 5.1 Archon quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, right? Is he really that sweet, though? Just to think about all the sneaking around behind his granny's back.
Ah, true.
The tribespeople of the Masters of the Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But Ororon really takes it to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Ororon is a bit different from the Natlan characters we've met so far. He doesn't need to depend on the Night Soul's Blessing state to gain Night Soul points, and he can maintain the Night Soul's Blessing state even while he's off-field.
I think
That does sound
Vecina
different
do
from
that
the
as
other
well.
Natlan characters. So how do his abilities work?
Okay.
Let me start by explaining how Ororon gains Night Soul points.
Okay.
This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Ororon can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst.
Literally,
He can
he's
also
got a-
gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Ororon unleashes his Elemental skill.
Oh, then it sounds like he works well with Hydro and Electro characters.
So
Yep.
that's
And
why
in combat,
we got
when
in the
enemies
discussion
take
that we are
damage
getting
from
electrocharge
electro-charged
not possible.
reactions, or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Ororon can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's Blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So you need to pair him with the right characters if you want him to gain Night Soul points, enter the Night Soul's Blessing state, and trigger the effect.
Exactly. Though I should mention that Ororon doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the Hypersense effect.
Wait,
He's
he can
literally
trigger
getting
even while
points,
he's
man.
off-field?
Yep.
That sounds really useful.
Totally. His Elemental Burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Ororon performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic
He's
Oculus,
not a 4-star,
which taunts
man. He
nearby
does not
enemies
look
to
like a
draw them in.
4-star. No.
Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
That should be great for crowd control.
Yes! With Ororon in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier. And speaking of making things easier, Ororon can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Awesome.
Ororon really cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his side, I'm sure victory will always be within reach.
Cool. So we introduced two of the upcoming regions in this update, the Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Nightwind. But there's more. Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region. It's called Act of Natlan.
Oh, I think we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking at the Flower Feather Clan. It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous. It looks completely abandoned. Is it dangerous?
Yes, this is a restricted area in Natlan due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come here in search of treasure or to slay the dragon. Unfortunately, none of them have ever
We
returned.
are getting another
The
boss.
Flower Feather Clan
Slay
often
the
sends
dragon,
riders
obviously.
to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Wait, did you say slay the dragon?
That's what I heard as well.
I know we introduced some adorable Saurians earlier, but this creature is actually really terrifying. It occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay, that's
So-
pretty concerning.
Kinda looks like
It's
strong
easy to
terror.
take
I mean,
human-Saurian
obviously we know it is
coexistence for
not
granted these
strong
days,
terror.
but it actually took generations of effort to reach this point.
could it be a
This
weekly
relationship
boss?
wasn't nearly so harmonious in the ancient past. Travelers will need
But
to
I don't think
explore
it will be a weekly
Natlan to
boss,
uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage. Of course, travelers won't have to do this alone. Here, take a look.
Oh, what's that?
This is a very important companion who will help us explore Act of Natlan. His name is Kokoweek. As for his power, well, why don't you take a guess?
Okay, is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a cute noise
He
every
can
now
make
and
us
then to
fly?
cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tapetlosaur friend out of a job.
Okay.
Little one works really hard.
Okay, then I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Act of Natlan is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well, that's where Kokoweek comes in. We can use his
fame
power
comes
to
from
clear abyssal
abyssal
contamination.
corrosion.
Follow the
Okay.
direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoweek has
Lila
enough power,
power.
you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a useful
Oh.
little guy.
I know, right? Now,
Certainly
travelers
seems
can
like
explore
Lilo
Act of
Power.
Natlan with two companions, Kokoweek and Little One. In fact, I've heard there's even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano.
Oh.
A new adventure with Little One awaits in version 5.2. This update will bring us one step closer to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's
We are
past.
getting 3
Familiar
new regions.
Saurian companions can also help us explore Act of Natlan. For example, with the help of a Kaholasaur, we can evade source mechanism attacks. With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Wait, are those some kind of lava fish?
Yep.
Does this mean we can fish in Natlan?
Yes, but
Oh.
I've got some friendly advice,
So will
travelers.
we
You should
also
be
get a
very
foldable
careful while
weapon?
exploring Act of Natlan. Some of the abyssal monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such as the Tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true. The Abyss has corroded Natlan's ley lines,
Whoa.
allowing these monsters to read the memories inside of them and mimic creatures from Tevat.
How do we defeat them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of confusion. Night Soul-aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced.
Tenebrous
It's scary
Papilla.
to think about how much harder these fights will get if these abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in at once. But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise.
Okay.
First up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version 5.2.
Yep.
Just like in version 5.1, travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems, and the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3. It's now time to introduce the event wishes. In the first half of version 5.2, travelers can look forward to event wishes from Chasca and Lenny.
Chasca.
Ororon will also receive a drop rate boost. And in the second half of version 5.2, we'll have returning
And
event
we
wishes
finally
for
did it.
Jolie and New Villette. The
Jolie
weapon
and
banner
New
will feature a
Villette.
new 5-star bow, Astro Vulture's Crimson Plumage, and 2 new Natlan specific 4-star weapons. Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
So it is confirmed.
All right,
We
it's
are
time
getting
for our
New
first
Villette
break.
And Zhongli
Once we come back,
together.
we'll dive right into the event portion.
Okay, so that was a lot of information. We're getting 3 new regions, multiple bosses, multiple world mini bosses, and what was it? We're getting 2 tribal chronicles, one for Casca, one for Ororon, and my god, Ororon's gameplay kit and his gameplay designs look so amazing. I can't even relate how he can be a 4-star. I mean, based on his design, he literally looks like someone who should be a 5-star. Casca's gameplay and design also looked amazing. Her kit was also pretty great, but I'm kinda let down by Ororon being a 4-star. He should have been a 5-star, but let's see. I think his damage numbers might be low for him to be able to only get 4.
Welcome back, travelers.
Welcome back! Let's dive straight into the event section. So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In the version 5.2 event, Ikitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls, travelers will team up with Citlali and Ororon to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
Travelers will need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also need to reconstruct scenes from the tribe's woven scrolls and gather lost spirits scattered throughout the region. Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way, including Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe of this event. It looks like Citlali is performing some kind of ritual. It's also mysterious.
When a situation gets tough, it's Granny to the rescue.
Definitely.
Citlali and Ororon have some really fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always
They
grabbing the
already
popcorn whenever these two interact.
I mean, actually,
They're
it was
practically a
literally like
two-person
a
show. And
story quest
speaking
of
fun,
Citlali
let's
and
get into
Ororon.
the event gameplay. First
Okay.
up is the Search for Lost Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together to herd the scattered roaming spirits into specific zones to earn points. Pay attention
We
to
have
the
already
conditions on the
played
field if
this
you want a
game.
higher score. For example, travelers can jump on stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storms.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the right teams to complete the objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Nightwind's aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah, and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records. Citlali will use her powers to reveal special fragments. Travelers will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Make sure
It's
that
sort of
you
like
pay
a
attention to the order and positions
photo
of the
puzzle
fragments.
type minigame.
Oh, there's something else that we should mention.
Okay.
Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event.
Calamity of
The
Fishu.
design definitely fits the Masters of the Nightwind. It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree. Oh, and this event will allow travelers to learn more about Natlan's secrets. For example, this quest will reveal new clues about a mysterious and legendary place, the Mare Javari.
Wow, we've been hearing about this place since Mondstadt.
Yep.
It'll be nice to get some new information. On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active adventurers
the
have been
basics.
invited
These
to
are the
take on the
basics.
challenge, including the Traveler.
So they sort
Travelers
of like
will need to complete
confirm
various
that we
challenges with
might get a
designated
new
characters
version in the upcoming
and fully
version.
leverage their
It is being
skills
said
to
that,
earn rewards.
we might get
I
a
know
new
you're up to
version
the
in
challenge,
version
Travelers.
5.
Good luck.
In Mondstadt
Five,
related
I
news,
think so.
the Knights of Favonius
So that
are
will be
conducting
fun
a
to see.
war game to improve security tactics in the region. And who better to test these tactics than the Honorary
Honorary
Knight? Be sure to pay close attention to the game, since the format has changed this time.
Okay.
Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once the lineup is set, the monsters will fight automatically. Available combat units and stratagems are completely random.
This felt so
just to build some
difficult and
unpredictability
easy at
into
the
the
same
wargame.
time.
The chances of encountering elite
It
combat
sounds
units
like a-
increases
what
as the
was it
wargame
called? Tower
progresses.
defense
Even
game.
more elite monsters will be available for
Whoa.
travelers to use. It's a volatile environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible, earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next event. We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
Okay.
Oh, looks like they're selecting tactics. Double damage? That sounds powerful.
TCG.
Whoa, it's automated.
I'm not a fan of TCG,
Cool.
to be honest.
The elemental reaction effects are completely different.
This brand new heated battle mode is
I mean,
called
it
Automatic
Literally
Artistry.
seems like you are playing
Powerful
in
support
Honkai
cards have been
Star Rail
added for nearly every
without
elemental reaction.
the awesome animation
Choose cards that
we have in
align with
Honkai
your
Star Rail.
strategies to trigger powerful
It's kinda
elemental
let down.
reactions.
For me
The
personally,
effects will
many
change
people
depending on
might do
how you
like it,
play.
but I,
In
on
addition,
the other
the
hand,
overall gameplay is
don't enjoy
very
this
laid back.
that much.
Characters will automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow, it's like we got a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natlan. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring a few updates to regular Genius Invocation TCG.
Rosaria.
Do you ever feel a little cooped up while you're playing card games? Well, don't worry about that. Our next event will give travelers the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors.
Okay.
In Claw Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track down some adopted animals. Travelers will be able to see the animal's point of view by using a special tool. Once you've managed to deduce their location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who adopted them. I feel like Ororon would really shine in this event. He's definitely an animal lover.
Cute. They
I can
literally
see
used
that.
a chibi
I'm
Hutao.
sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
I'm going to do this event.
Finally,
Not
the
for the
Leyline
Primos, but for
Overflow
the
event
Chibi
will
Hutao.
return in version 5.2. If you need Mora or character EXP materials, then keep an eye out.
Alright, let's dive into some updates and game optimizations. First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater. Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience.
Yep.
So, this will no longer be the case in version 5.2. Now, after finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice.
the thing.
Travelers can now enjoy the thrill
Really
of combat
felt so
without
weird
any
that we
interruptions.
went
And for
outside
all the
time,
generous
then we have to
travelers
go
who
again.
like to configure supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have borrowed your supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
cool.
That's
It'll be nice to
cool.
know that our supports are helping people out.
Yep.
Yup.
I would have
and
wanted
the
to
party
know is
configuration mechanic has
one of my
also
friends
been
is using or not.
optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so
Nice.
helpful. I'll occasionally
That
put
is
together a
literally so
random
helpful
team if
you
I've
can
just started experimenting with some
consider it that
characters,
way.
but this information should make it a lot easier to form strategic teams.
Yep.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2. You can now sort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the most recent to the oldest. Second, the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
That's really nice. The dev team designed a lot of
that's
intricate
the sort
animations
of
for these features,
optimization
but
that
it can
didn't
feel
you
a bit
need it?
frustrating when you have to
It
watch
looks
them
that
over
way,
and over
that
again.
There
complete
will also
animation
be
was
several
kind of weird.
optimizations for the Serena teapot. The seed dispensary can now hold more of every type
Up
of
to
seed.
40.
You'll be able to purchase
That
wood
is
at the Realm
really
Depot in
so
exchange for
helpful.
Realm currency. In
Initially,
addition,
we could
the
only do
cooldown for the
20.
boon of the Elder Tree will be reduced to 5 seconds. This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Awesome. I've been meaning to use some cool replicas in my Serena teapot, but I'm always short on wood. So this should be really helpful.
Nice! I'm so excited for you! Oh, and optimizations have been made to artifact locking. The updated lock assistance interface will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations.
I don't know.
Of course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans.
So we can lock.
This will make it
let's say
much
I
faster
want
to
lock,
organize your inventory.
Attack
In
signs
addition, a
of,
shortcut button that
Gladiator
navigates
Finale
to the lock assistance
that have
interface
crit
will
rate
be
and
added
crit
to the
damage,
artifact
so
domain
I can
challenge
directly
screen
lock it from
and
there.
the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want.
It's
A
actually
star
helpful
feature will
for a
also
character
be
like
added
me,
next to the
players
lock
like me,
button on
who
each
really like
artifact.
to gamble on the
Travelers can use
artifact
this feature
strongbox,
to mark
and I
their favorite artifacts
sometimes-
and filter by stars to quickly
sometimes
track
lock
them
the
down.
artifacts that I don't
Finally, treasure compasses will now be able to locate even more treasure locations, including Sealies and time trial challenges. A quick swap feature will also be added for treasure compasses and Oculus Resonance stones. Enabling this feature will allow travelers to more easily use these devices across regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location in the game.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Be sure to check out future announcements for more details on the version 5.2 optimizations.
All right, that was a lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
4 5ETD JLKMP. Well, optimizations this time, even though they made optimizations, they did not felt like that big of a deal that it was before. I mean, minor changes that new players might not even notice is helpful. But me as an old player kinda resemble that the animations when we are crafting something. So the time gap between done crafted and we can do confirm kinda felt like forever. But this new update kinda makes it simpler, shorter, which is good optimization. Now we can also lock many artifacts.
Welcome
in a
back,
single
travelers.
way, with a
What
single
else do
tap.
we have on the agenda, Gabe?
With certain
We have some
rules that
very
also
exciting
seems
news to
amazing.
share.
Okay.
After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on the Xbox Series X and S.
Yay.
Log into Genshin Impact on Xbox Series X and S consoles to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course Intertwined. Additionally, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can play Genshin Impact via cloud gaming. They'll also find
Whoa.
extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Awesome.
Alright, that should be everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program. Is there anything that you want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to all the new characters.
I'm
Chasca
certainly
and
looking
her
forward
weapons
to
seem
Ororon.
really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality.
Yep.
And Ororon seems like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm just so excited for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline, and we have so much to explore this time. I mean, 2 new tribes and a new area as well. And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am, so it's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, on that note, I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So that's the end of the live stream. Well, if you ask me, I am honestly so much excited for Ororon in place of Casca. I don't know why is that. Even though Casca's gameplay looks so amazing, so powerful, but it still feels like that what we are getting with Ororon actually seems more intriguing new, as he's a 4-star character and will be much easier to get if you compare it to Casca. So yeah, honestly I'm more excited about this. So yep, that was all from today's live stream. Let me know guys, what do you think about the live stream of version 5.2 and what are your important takes from this and what do you guys think about it. So until the next video and the next time, have a great time guys.